Hey guys, Ahmed Creator here. Before we get into this video, we'll be talking about some adult topics. These can get very graphic, so if you don't want to hear about this, probably click on the next video. So we're coming with another video. This one's going to be talking about shows that I see on social media nowadays. First, we have the show Breaking Bad, which arrived on air in 2008. Then we have Shameless, which is a show that has more seasons than Breaking Bad and first aired in 2004. Let's start with the pacing. The pacing for these shows needs to be good, so the audience knows how the writers are and how they want to make sure their characters are relatable. Shameless changes a lot throughout the seasons, but usually keeps a slow pacing. This was a bad because it took me over 8 episodes and over, I'd say, around 100 TikTok clips to realize I don't really like the story. I'm going to just analyze it from what I can, and yeah, we're gonna see from there. But so yeah, like I didn't really watch a lot of Shameless, but I'm getting from what I've seen of like a lot of TikTok clips. I've watched Shameless mostly off TikTok, and the very few episodes that I watched, I could not watch more of it because I'm religious, but and there was a bunch of nudity scenes, like it was very constant in Shameless. And that was one of the problems with Shameless is, here, let me go back to the pacing. The pacing problem that happened was, it was very slow. So, and I didn't understand how the story was going. I still don't understand how the story is going, even after a bunch of TikTok clips, because they kind of use kid jokes in Shameless, and but there's a bunch of nudity. Like, I've literally never seen any other show that uses that much nudity as much as Shameless. So there's that for the pacing. For Breaking Bad, I'll say the pacing is really, really good. First off, in the first 2 episodes, I already knew if I liked the show or not. Second off, it's not slow. It's very, very, you have to be focusing. But the thing I like about that is, for Breaking Bad, you don't have to necessarily like know all the context. Like, it's better to know all the context. You know what I mean? I feel like in Shameless, you have to know the context of what happened before. Like because when I was watching the TikTok clips, I didn't really know what was happening. But when I was watching the TikTok clips for Breaking Bad, all I could do, if I needed a little bit more context, I could read the description of the video, or I can go to the comments. It wasn't too bad. And then, here, let me see. I'm gonna look at my notes. So, but yeah, you think most of the stuff I'm saying from Shameless is just bad stuff, but it has 11 seasons, and a lot of it is filler content where a lot of the story is really nice. But it doesn't really matter. It also carries itself like human resources in Big Mouse, where the pacing is really slow. And my friends told me this about Breaking Bad, not Breaking Bad, Big Mouse and stuff. Is the reasons they get a lot of seasons is because they use a lot of filler content. Also because they kind of use potty humor, I would say. It's like Family Guy. That's why they get a lot of seasons. You can't. The difference between Family Guy and that, though, is they try to use so much potty humor inside of the Shameless, and it's literally the type of characters they enroll. Debbie looks very innocent, right? But she's not an innocent person. Fiona looks innocent. Ian looks innocent. Carl looks innocent. Everyone looks innocent. Like, if you ever watch it just straight off TikTok, you know what I mean? Everyone's innocent. You know what I mean? So yeah. So then let's talk about relatability. A lot of the characters in the show are not relatable at all. So first off, let's start with Frank. Frank is an alcoholic that doesn't want to change. You know what I mean? Not too many people suffer from alcoholism, and if you do, I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything, but just straight up, not a lot of people suffer from, like, they probably might have, like, an alcohol addiction, but not as bad as Frank. Frank is enough to fight someone, or he actually beat up his son once, and that led him to go to Chicago, or I think it was, basically kidnapped to Chicago because he beat up his son. So you could see how it kind of spirals out of hand, when you have an alcoholic dad who really doesn't want to change, is in a really bad person. And then we have Ian, and like I said, this is a kind of an adult contact, but Ian slept with his manager, and thing is, like, yeah, in a lot of shows that happens. Some people, they have accident, they're bad people in their life, and they might cheat and stuff. But the difference is, Ian slept with a married person. Married person, and not a lot of people sleep with married people. They usually, go to the bar, find someone, there's a small chance they might have a boyfriend, but that's on them. He knew that's the thing about Ian, is Ian knew that the person was married. So not a lot of people can sort of relate to that. Also, Ian got got accused of SA. I'm gonna let y'all guess what SA is, because I don't want this video to be demonetized. Well, I don't even get paid for this, but still, I just don't like. So yeah, he got accused of SA from this one girl named Mandy, right? And eventually, him and his brother, they were gonna go to their house, beat him up. You know what I mean? I thought that's reasonable. You know what I mean? That's probably what I would do. I'd get my brother, just beat him up, something like that, or call the cops. Either one. But no, he goes over to Mandy, tells him, "Oh, I'm a homosexual." So, and then Mandy becomes his fake girlfriend, right? The person, I would never go to the person who did a fake sexual assault claim. I could forgive you. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of people who could forgive. You know what I mean? But not become my fake girlfriend. I don't think I would ever do that. And this wasn't some over one season type stuff. She became his fake girlfriend. This was literally the next day she became his fake girlfriend. So I can't relate to someone who makes pretty stupid decisions like that. So, and then we have Debbie, who, it was one of the innocent people I was talking about, who has abandonment anxiety. The one thing I do like about Shameless is they're kind of good at representing mental illness, but not a lot of people can kind of. I'm not gonna say they can't relate to it, because there's a lot of people that have some sort of mental illness, depression, anxiety, PTSD. But I mean, these specific ones, they're kind of weird. So yeah, she has separation anxiety, which leads her to drug her sister, and like I said, commit SA to her boyfriend, and lie about her pregnancy and everything. Beat up her dad. Also, after her husband died, she was just straight up looking for money. She beat up a homeless person. Literally no one in the comments section, from what I've seen on TikTok, likes the person. They cannot relate to that person. The people said after Debbie became this, she ruined the series, and I'm not gonna say exactly what she did because I don't want to get demonetized. But yeah. This kind of it's just really, really bad person. I would say worse than Frank. She didn't even take drugs or anything. She really doesn't. She I don't even think I've seen her take a sip of alcohol in those TikTok tips. There's TikTok clips that I've seen. She's just a really bad person in general. Let's go to Breaking Bad story, which is a really relatable story, and in some parts it's unrelatable. You know what I mean? But you have to understand, like I said, the pacing. You could understand how they're trying to represent the story, so you don't even get mad if it changes itself. So let's start with drug dealing part. Is I would feel most people, if they had as much financial struggle as Walter, would maybe not entirely turn to drug dealing, or but they would try to get themselves out of their situation. Walter literally did not know what to do. It was almost his last ditch effort, and if Walter was maybe to make $1 million and then just leave it as that, that would be fine. You know what I mean? Just to support his family. But and I'll just say in the end, Walter was very, very greedy. But I'll give you a reason why he was. It was because he lost billions and billions of dollars for his key for just a months of rent. He made a wrong move by selling out his share of a company for just a couple of months rent. He called it selling his kid's birthright, and it really haunted him. And he was like, okay, well, I can't settle for $1 billion. You know what I mean? Let me be able to sell my 180 million. You know what I mean? So in the end, they were gonna make a deal, right, where Walter was gonna be able to go for $5 million, but he would have to like sell it at a very discounted price, all his meth, and then he would have to retire after that. Because there's not really, it's going to be kind of hard for him to find connections to make more meth, and that would really be the end of the story. But Walter decided, you know what? No, I don't want to sell it for $5 million. I want to sell it for 180 million, which was I'm pretty sure that I might be having the price wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was 180 million. And that kind of led him into trouble because he had to find Jack's gang, and he had to start selling to them, and that actually caused a lot more heat. If you have $180 million, you know what I mean, it's kind of more easier to track than, you know, 5 million. 5 million, you could say, oh, I made $1 million from this business, I made $1 million from that business, I spent $1 million on my house, and the other 2 million, I spent that on the longer way of living. You know what I mean? Something stupid. 180 million. I don't even know how you hide that. I literally, like, it was there, because you have to launder the money. You can't just have 180 million. And just the fact that as Walter could even use his money on anything, he could only use it on drug stuff, like, oh, go kill this person, go do that, I need an illegal car, an illegal machine gun. He could literally only use his money on that. Not even just that, is Walter only gave his family $1 million. He sacrificed so many lives just to give his family $1 million. Think about that. Think about killing your brother, right? Giving his sister-in-law a bunch of mental problems from that. He killed him. But the thing about that is, and you might be thinking, well, why am I talking so bad about Breaking Bad? You know, it's a really good show. Well, it is, but that's one of its. I'm not gonna say it's a flaw. More or less, Walter was very egotistical. So I was gonna get to it. His ego, and this is what I see. We can kind of relate to is Walter wanted to take credit for a lot of the stuff, and that's kind of why Hank tries to go after him. So let's stop on the Walter's reliability. Let's talk about Hank's relatability. Hank is relatable as he's also egotistical, right? He when he approached Walter, he did not want to call the cops because, well, he would have lost his job. He would have had a bunch of the people in the cop community say, "Oh, your brother was a drug dealer," you know, this and that. So he was, oh, well, let me be the person to take him down. You know what I mean? I might be able to save my career afterwards, and you get what I mean? Like, well, Hank really did put himself in a position where he was to die, and he made Walt's life kind of he put him in a bad position, right? For no reason. I would have said, oh yeah, what if just the cops came? You know what I mean? Walt wouldn't have called Jack's crew, so they could kill Hank. So Hank was egotistical, and I would say that he kind of did deserve to die because of that. When I first watched the series, I saw it. Oh man, I was really sad that Hank died. I was kind of sad. I'm still sad now if he died, but you kind of have to understand you can't just go to a crime scene and be egotistical like that. And another one was he left his gun when he was about to go fight in a bar for an investigation. So he's egotistical, and I feel like that's kind of representation of trying to prove yourself. Hank was trying to prove himself in that moment to Gomez that he's still in the game. He also kind of refuses like mental help. So I'm not gonna say that's a good thing. Like, you know, if you wanna go get mental help, but he refuses it. But like he still gets it. You know what I mean? So that kind of we can be relatable to that as like some of us. Oh, we try to be on ourselves, but in the end of the days, we really need someone to, you know, tell us right from wrong, tell us, oh yeah, you're a strong person, you know, because Hank had some PTSD from his cop times. From I can't remember the exact thing. Oh, it was from I think getting shot at. I'm not sure exactly. Let's talk about good moments. There's in a certain era there was a lot of good TikTok clips about Breaking Bad. Almost every TikTok clip I see about Breaking Bad is good, and it can be memed on. First off, one of them it would have to be I'm not a man knocks on your door. Who do you see, Skyler? I'm not in danger. I am the danger. They're like this for some people it's funny. Some people, oh wow, Walter is really egotistical. It's kind of nice to see the character, and like I said in the early time, you know that this character is going to be like this if you're good at analyzing. You don't have to be too good at analyzing, but you just have to have a decent analyzation skills to analyze. Oh yeah, Walter's kind of egotistical, and he would probably say something like this. And then you have Gus's death, how they handle it afterwards, like how there's a lot of stress. You have Holly's birth. Holly's birth was connected to Jesse's death. Think about that. So there's like two stressful moments in the same episode. Gus's death was like every moment was like very high tense because Gus could have went into the car and got exploded, but he didn't. You know what I mean? So it's kind of you don't really think about the small stuff, but it's really jam packed with good moments. I would say that. And then Shameless, it does have good moments. I'm not gonna say that, but I would say it has like 3 good moments every 15 minutes. As to Breaking Bad has a surplus of good moments every like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like they're not derived from, and that's something I feel like Shameless has. Shameless, I feel like it's quantity over quality, and Breaking Bad is pure quality over quantity. So let's talk about the statistically speaking, you know. Breaking Bad has a 9.5 IMDb rating, an 8.5 Metacritic rating, and a 96 in Rotten Tomatoes. Really good. Shameless has an 8.6 in IMDb rating, 82 in Rotten Tomatoes, and a 7 out of 10 in Metacritic, right? You also have to think about something. Breaking Bad came out in 2008, right? So the writers at the time, they're good, but they don't have the experience from watching, you know, other shows. Shows are only going to get good as time passes, because you get to analyze the mistakes of other shows. You know what I mean? So that's a 6 year period. So you would think, oh well, Shameless is probably going to do a little bit better. You know what I mean? Or at least I'll be on par with it. Shameless is kind of on par, but not like statistically. It's kinda, but not really. So it had a 6 year difference, and Breaking Bad still beat it. So, yeah. And let's talk about who can watch Breaking Bad, because like I said, religious, and so I would have to say you could watch Breaking Bad was a child searching up. There's only a few sex scenes, and there's only a few graphic death in the thing, so you could really just tell your kid, oh yeah, close your eyes, when these scenes. Oh, we'll make a recording. Oh, okay. You could tell your kid to close their eyes when these scenes come on, or just get out of the room. You could literally. There's actually a site where you could see which episodes has it. And you could watch the episode for yourself and then skip the part that has it. You know what I mean? Shameless, on the other hand, almost every episode has two sex scenes, and these aren't the 10-second sex scenes you see in movies. These are 30-second sex scenes where they show everything. I feel like they have minute sex scenes in Shameless, but so there's a lot of sex scenes in the 8 episodes that I watched. I think there were 10 sex scenes. There was a bunch of sex scenes. I'll just say that. I'm just gonna be straight up. There is a lot. So I as a religious person, I did not want to watch Shameless because of how much there was. So most of everyone can see it. I feel like Shameless, people that watch Shameless are just crappy people, and then people who watch Breaking Bad are crappy people, good people, and religious people. Because you don't. Shameless can be very depressing at times. I'll say that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching my videos so far. If you agree with anything in my analysis, please tell me. If you disagree, please tell me. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.